Have you ever done a Nyonbo single and then realized that, hey, this character is actually insanely rare? He's actually a UZ rank. That's like one of the highest ranks in the Nyonbos we got right now. And you spend all your books, you max them out, you're just like, dang, he's so good. And then you look at a tier list and see that he's actually trash. Hopefully not. But in case that does happen, I'm gonna help you let that never happen again. Anyways, I'm Sprychon, and we hit 1,000 subscribers. Let's go! Thank you. Yippee! 1K specials. Coming soon, I guess. Anyways, what I'm gonna do in this video is go over all of the skills and Soultimates and just help you sort of guide you on whether or not it makes a character good. Because a lot of people can't really like see this. They'll see maybe it's a character, it's a tap inflator with easy link and using a Soultimate can fill this Soultimate, and you think, are they even like usable? I'm here to help you out with that. So what we're gonna do is go through all of the skills that I think are actually worth talking about, and tell you whether or not they're actually have any sort of good options for in terms of skills. So, well, this is a weird section. I got tabs on tabs. That's cool. So first up, the Extreme Popper. What the Extreme Popper does is just pop a ton of Puni, which gives you a combo. And now a combo is going to just really, really buff up your damage by like an insane amount. This yellow number is what the combo is. And as you can see, we go from 100k, and then we use our Fever Extender in order to get to 350k basically in 2 Soultimates. That's probably a lot more than what you might be doing if you're like starting the game. The reason for that we use the Extreme Popper first is because it buffs the damage of everybody else. So obviously we want a skill that helps get that up fast, such as Link Big, Pre-Fill, Fever Fill, or Drop Big. Now what Link Big is basically you link a character, like if I were to link these two Ryutas together, instead of being a size 2, it would grow to size 5 at max skill. Pre-Fill is just exactly what it sounds like. Like we go, of course I'm covering it. But basically what it is your character starts the fight with their Soultimate. Feverfill is basically the same thing, but you only get it in fever time, but it can proc multiple times, so it just depends on whether or not it's different. Drop Big is exactly what it sounds like. You see, we'll use this form of U, do her Soultimate, and as you can see, these 2 Mercury Deaths fall larger than normal. And then, what was the other one? Nah, I've got them all. These are the main 4 skills that you want to look for in a character who needs their Soultimate up fast. Drop Big is the worst for a character who needs to be up fast, but is really good for a character that doesn't need to be up fast, but needs to be chainable. Because Drop Big, can let you be insanely spammable, as you can see with this. We just link this, use his Soultimate fill. I don't know how I do this. And then we do the Extreme Popper again, and as you can see, he gets his Soultimate up to the G Soultimate. Very, very useful. So the Extreme Popper needs some sort of skill to help get it up fast. So Fever Fill, Pre-Fill, and even Link Big, they work really well. I personally prefer Fever Fill or Pre-Fill with just so that way you can, super easily get in fever time. We could probably check like here for Pre-Fill, maybe. So like Elzamekia already has her G Ultimate. Pretty good. So essentially, what an Extreme Popper needs is some sort of skill to help get the Ultimate up fast. If they don't have the skill to get their Ultimate up fast, then they're just a bad Extreme Popper, such as Omatsu. Omatsu is the only EX Popper so far, I think, that does, like, as a UZ rank, that doesn't have a skill to help get her Ultimate up, and she suffers because of it. Next up is Fever Extenders, and they're basically the same thing. They can have Drop Big because you want to use your Extreme Popper first. Fever Extenders also buff the damage massively, but also just do insane damage on their own. We can tell with Aqua right here. So here, we do the Extreme Pop, then we do the Fever Extend, and this does like 350 maybe? Yeah, 360k. Very insane. And we also want them to be somewhat spammable, which Aqua also fits under because her own skill helps her get Soultimates for herself really easily. As you can see, like we're already getting the Soultimate all super easily. So fever extenders on top of extending the length of fever time by like 2 seconds as long as you get it like up here, you'll get an extra 2 seconds of fever time. You'll buff the damage of everybody else, and you do insane damage on your own. Very, very useful. And again, if you have Link Big, Fever, pre-fill is really not that good with them. I mean, it works for a character like Agaha, who just kind of works because she also has a fever power attack buff for herself. So it's kind of okay, and you have support for her. But fever fill is preferred, so you can do like multiple fever strats. You can also have drop big because very spammable. No, I think the only drop big fever. Oh yeah, we have Hinozal. I can show him off here. Like because he's a drop big character, he's just like really spammable. Like as you can see, we don't even do anything special. He just has his G Ultimate ready. Yeah, I don't even use it yet because I'm doing damage tests in 7 Ultimates. But yeah, having any of these skills, very useful to have. So what do you need after that? Well, you really want some sort of way to help get multiple Ultimates. A good example of a team that does that is the Slippery team, like for now. They have Mercury Death, and what Mercury Death is a drop big Soultimate filler that also has Fever Fill, which is kind of redundant. But however, because he's a thrown character and can be max limit broken, he's pretty good. Now, the reason that him having drop big is so good is because it works really well with the Extreme Popper. And specifically, having you also just makes it easier. But basically, your Soultimate filler fills up your Extreme Popper Soultimate. Your Extreme Popper then does the Extreme Pop, which gets the G Soultimate for the Soultimate filler again. And you can do it multiple times. So, yeah, it's pretty cool. Another good Soultimate is the Inflate Forward. They essentially serve the same purpose. It really just depends on the team. Like, for example, Tough was previously able to use Summer Corone, who, in my opinion, was a little bit better than Asu was, because Asu is a Soultimate filler. However, Corone is an Inflate 4 character. However, the Tough team previously really you just wanted to use Future Ren. So instead of Jupiter Death, we use Corone, and you could just get 2 Future Ren Ultimates, which just did insane damage. And now the damage here is kind of outclassed, and it's made up for by the fact that this character exists. Where is she? This character exists, who kind of just does crazy things. So now that we have our Extreme Popper to help buff damage, we have our Fever Extender to also help buff damage and act as a Nuclear Ultimate, and we've got a little bit of support. What else does the team even need? Well, really nothing. They kind of just need some extra Unity skills in order to provide extra attack and extra HP. Needs some sort of character with the fast fever skill, so you can actually get into fever time to take advantage of all these massive damage buffs and all that. So, I mean, yeah, in terms of like normal team building, that's really kind of it. The all popper with more damage over 100 combo obviously wants some sort of skill like this. Blazzaria is actually a really good example of this. She's got pre-fill and drop big, so she's very, very spammable. And considering all of the help that she has, such as Komaki Komami and El Zemekia, it's very easy for her to spam her Ultimate, so she's really good because of it. Her insanely powerful Ultimate, and the fact that she's limit break tenable. Yeah, pretty crazy. Then you have Ultimates like the Tap Inflator, which usually gets a character relegated to score attack, unless they do something specific or like very good, such as Lotus Ren. Lotus Ren is probably the second best score attack character in the game, maybe behind Arle. It's kind of debatable because Arle gets banned a lot. So we can go up to here. He's a Tap Inflator with Link Big. He might be the only one with this. I really don't know. And also, popping any large Puni can fill his own ultimate gauge. That's not really why he's good. It's the Link Big. Basically, I don't have freaking... Maybe? I don't know, let me check. Okay, so this kind of can show it. Basically, his Link Big lets him be very easily spammed. So once you like run out of normal like big Puni falling down to pop, you can kind of just link his Puni back up and then just kind of keep going from there. It's kind of difficult to tell. Let me slow down the video. Forgot I can do this. Yeah, we'll slow it down. Basically, you pop Puni. You can link him. We'll go back to here. You can use his link big to, stop himself from running out of Soultimates to be able to do. So I was terrible at score attack. What the heck? This was during the Konosuba event, which like basically is like when I basically came back to Puni. Really. Well, I mean, I'd been playing it before, but in terms of like content creation. So as you can see, we just link these and we can get more Ren's Ultimates to be able to do. And link these. And you can just kind of keep going like that over and over. He has a bunch of score attack strategies based around that. You got like the ability to use an afterfill character with Soultimate filling, like Amelia or Mikey, forgot his name. You can use them, or if they have redrop, such as Mars Asu. Where is he? He's over here. Basic redrop is kind of a weird skill. Honestly, like a top 4 character, Rem, has redrop, but it is really bad. However, on score attack characters such as Mars Asu or attack boosters such as where is he? He's over here. Such as Punigami Doomsday, redrop is actually really good because it stacks if you have it on multiple characters. And basically you pop a Puni, take all the redrop chances of all your characters, add them together. It's a pretty good chance your Puni is going to fall back down. Which is another reason why Lotus Ren is so good, is because he can just force these Puni that are large enough to be able to potentially fall down to just fall down again. So, yeah, pretty good. So if they are a tap inflator and have redrop, they're really good for score attack. And basically, attack boosters, if you want an attack booster to be good, they either need a Peerless for the niche strategies such as Arlay, or need redrop to fill redrop purposes. And score boosters, I mean, as long as they don't have bonus balls, they're kind of good enough. Like, the best score booster in the game, in my opinion, is Dragon Slayer's Komami, and she has Fast Fever. That's really it. So, really, just being a score booster is kind of good enough. So, yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of it. All of these Soultimates just suck. Select poppers. The best select popper, in my opinion, is it Beatrice? Yeah, it's Beatrice, and she's kind of just niche. She's got Fast Fever and Link Big, so she's a throne, so it's very, very situational. Really got to be carried by the skills for select popping to be good. But like the EX Popper Fever, these, you want some sort of skill to help get it up super fast. These, you want something that either helps them have the Soultimate at least once or lets them be chainable by themselves. And then like these Soultimate, they're kind of exclusive. I mean, Jane has the Megumin Soul, obviously, but she doesn't have any sort of skills to help get her Soultimate, so yeah. I mean, Megumin has Easy Link, so technically it's easier, like, in a vacuum for Megumin to get her own Soultimate, but yeah. And then, like, stacking All Popper, really, I don't think it's very useful in battle. It's really just useful for grinding. So having pre-fill, if you're a pre-fill stacking All Popper, such as Millium, then, yeah, pretty good for autoing. For Y points, which is very useful. And then the All Pop, if you have a spammable kit, such as Blazaria, you're pretty good. So basically, if your character is an Extreme Popper, you'll want to see either Pre-Fill, Fever Fill, Link, or Link Big. If they have Drop Big, they can also work. The Fever Extender, you basically want to see the same things. And then for a Soultimate Filler or Inflate 4, you really want something to help. However, a character, actually a pretty good example of a character that doesn't have this yet is still good, is Taicho Ray. You essentially need to use his Soultimate, but he doesn't have any sort of skill to get his Ultimate up very easily. So, Taicho Ray is an all-popper rearranger with Unity and Fast Fever. Now, he doesn't have any sort of skill to help get his own Ultimate. However, because he has Fast Fever, you want a lot of him on the board anyways. So, you'll very likely have a good chunk of his Ultimate at the ready. A character that's not like this is also an Eerie character, like Arachnus. He has redrop and Unity. He can have pre-fill. However, you can only choose one of these three, and if you're not picking Unity, then you're basically just, it doesn't matter which one you pick. It's very dumb. And he's a Soultimate filler, so you really want his Soultimate. So you basically have to use Taicho Rei. So you got two characters who don't have a skill that really helps get their Soultimate, which kind of sucks. But whatever. Erie's still a good team, even though they're like bottom two now. Yeah. So, anyways, hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Actually, hope this didn't just like go over your head, because that would be very disappointing. Come on, you gotta work on your comprehension skills. So, in conclusion, EX Popper, if it doesn't have a skill to help get their Soultimate up fast, they suck. Fever Extender, if they also don't have a Soultimate skill to help get their Soultimate up fast or be spammable, they probably suck. If they are a Soultimate filler or Inflate 4, they're pretty good as is. Now, if they have Unity, ignore everything I just said, and they're usable. Literally just having Unity or crits or the starter range skill or Boso Enma stun, if they're somehow not Boso Enma himself, it's pretty good. Yeah. So anyways, hope you enjoyed, and thank you for 1,000. This is not the 1K sub special, I promise. I'll give something actually interesting or entertaining to watch. Yeah. Bye.